Hey, folks, this is Lonzo. Y'all might have just saw me a few minutes ago on my other show. We here today with the other show, the Mentality Show, folks. Mentality Show, a show about men's mental health. And as talking, and this show got started from a conversation me and my man Kevin was having about how there's no conversations about men's mental health nowhere. They think men only want to deal with sports and titties. Okay, well we got other issues besides sports and breasts. Okay, so we decided to create this show called Mentality, and it stands for Men Tally, which means all inclusive. So my man Kevin is here. What's up, Kevin?
What's going on with you, Lonzo?
Hanging out. My man Curtis is here,
Yes, sir.
and we got another brother in the queue. So what we're doing is we have three different generations here. We got three different generations. I'm the baby boomer. I'm the granddaddy of this crew right here. I could probably be these cats' granddaddy for real, or daddy's for damn show. And we got a Gen Xer in the house. Paul J, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, Lonzo?
Man, we just trying to do something for some mental health here. Curtis Braves in the house. What's up, Curtis?
Hey, what's up, Paul?
Hey, what's up, Curtis? How you doing, brother?
Good, brother.
Nice to see you.
Curtis
Yes, sir.
got a nice little backdrop back there. We got to borrow that, Doc.
Hold on, no, that's real. You feel me?
We need copies of that right there.
That's really the house. You feel me?
I ain't mad. So as you know, one thing about men, we have conversations all the time. Women aren't privy to our conversations. A lot of times it's in the barbershop, be in line at the grocery store. It could be anywhere. We'll have conversations and we'll end up agreeing on a subject, especially one that's near and dear to our hearts. And right now, today, we're going to talk about child support. Now, I paid a lot of it, been in the system for a brief minute, not long. Didn't know I was in the system. Tell you about that later. But right now, we're going to talk about an issue that is near and dear to a whole lot of men's hearts. Because sometimes child support can be used as a weapon against the dad. It can be used as a tool against the mom, or for the mom against the dad. And if you don't pay your child support, you can't see your kid. And I'm trying to figure out how are the two related. I know some ladies may disagree, but that's what we got a chat room for. So who has been on child support voluntarily, or I paid voluntarily? All my kids are grown, thank God. But it is what it is. Kurt, I know you ain't been on no child support. Me and Kurt been friends. He been in his kid's life from day one. What about you, Kev?
Man, I've been in my kid's license day one and on child support.
How you do that?
My first wife was actually my first. Well, look here. I can always say there was one part of the Bible that I could relate to when I was Genesis, the first chapter, where it said, "Be fruitful and multiply." So my baby mamas, they found a way to keep my kids ransom before I can come see them. But I mean, I raised my kids and was still paying child support, so that's a whole different story right there. But yeah, I paid the child support, raised my kids, taking care of three different households. Uh, hey, like you said, all my kids are grown. So for one, I still got one in the house with this beautiful woman I'm married to now.
All right, Paul J. I know
Yes,
you,
sir.
youngster, curly hair, light skin. I know you got babies.
Look here, man. Look here. You know what I'm saying? They tried to stick me, but they couldn't catch me. No. Look, man. No, you know what? I've seen a lot of my partners go through the woes of child support and not being able to see the kids, and moms using it as a weapon sometimes. Or sometimes, or whatever the case. Sometimes the system just intervenes, right? You report the name and they go after the individual sometimes, right? And I've seen a lot of my friends go through those things. And I'm like, wait, no, I'm gonna change the narrative, right? So I created strong co-parenting, right? So I didn't have that dynamic. And the fact that, she's 15 to 16 years older kind of helped out a bit too. So she was already financially
back up. You got caught by a cougar?
Oh yeah, man. Hey.
Cougar.
You,
Oh,
you,
that's a story right there. Change the subject. No, go ahead.
you can't catch the wheeling now, Alonzo. Look,
Come
yeah,
on.
and she Ethiopian. Yeah, we just going all right. So
Whoa, okay.
yeah, so I just like I wanted to be different, and I wanted to see my my son to see me in a different light as opposed to, oh, dad is a check.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like I said, sometimes us fathers, we go absentee because of that dynamic. We're like, hey, I'm giving you money, I'm not going to see the kid, right?
Mhm.
So like I said, sorry for being so long-winded, but
No, ain't no problem. You just got here. You ain't heard me yet. And that goes both ways. Some guys feel like, okay, I'm paying you, I have the right to see my kids, or I'm paying you, I ain't got to see my kid. It all depends on the guy's attitude. And a lot of that is also directly related to the relationship between him and the mom. Yeah. Okay. Or him and the kids. Or the guy's attitude, period. Some guys, man, here the money is, leave me alone, holler at me at Christmas and your birthday, and I'm gonna go about my life. And some guys like, no. No matter what situation with me and your mom, we still got to have a relationship. And those are the guys brothers I pretty much roll with. I know all kinds though. I know all kinds. I know ones that don't pay, ain't paying, ain't visiting, don't do a damn thing, and don't ask me for nothing. And because I don't like your mama no more.
Right. I'm gonna go to jail again if I.
Yeah. So sometimes the relationship with the kids is contingent on how available the mom still is. Sometimes the mom don't the baby mama don't want anything to do with the baby daddy, or vice versa, and they kind of use that as leverage with the kids kind of suffering in the middle, instead of focusing on, hey, time isn't going to stop for these children to grow up at all, and we have to instill these things in them to prepare them for real life, and they don't care about that. They'll spend the entire 18 years going at each other, at the sacrifice of, having long-term traumas or generational trauma, throughout the kids' lives and stuff. So, to your point, Lonzo, it has a whole lot to do with the relationship between the mom and dad, and if you are capable of co-parenting, or, reasonably fighting, staying within boundaries or terms within your disagreement, or your grievances with each other, and not put the kids in the middle. But it's never like that. It's all about money or getting back or vindictiveness or making somebody suffer, man. And that's wild. I've seen a lot of it. Thank goodness, thank God I haven't experienced that myself, but I've had a lot of colleagues that's gone through it.
I have a lot of people close to me that experience the same thing. They pay child support, want to see their kids, but whatever reason, mom always got something. I mean, I've seen it go on for as long as 8-9 months, where for whatever reason the kid can't come over because he got a cold, or I'm too busy, or whatever the case may be, and the brother's kicking in child support, and that sets in some depression. Now you got a brother depressed and the kid has a bit of depression too, because no matter what you think, the mama thinks, the kid still care for the dad. And there's another family that goes along with that the kid is not exposed to. And it just messes up the whole flow of the family unit. But nonetheless, mama got final say so. And you can go to court all you want to. Most of the time, judge is going to tell you child support does not automatically entitle you to visitation, which I think is a damn shame.
Yeah.
The bad part about that too is that, like Curtis said earlier, the kids are the ones who suffer the most. We're sitting here arguing over who can have the kids, who can't have the kids, why the kids can't see you. And a lot of times what happens with these mamas is that they make the father seem like the bad guy in the whole situation. And they talk negative about the father, to where the children never get a chance to even learn who the father is or who their daddy is. So they'll come in with this preconceived notion that their father is what the mama say that he is. And then when they get around daddy, now they're taking what mama has said and placing that information onto what mama said. Now the kid, now you got this bad interaction with your children, and you're trying to figure out, why the hell am I having this problem with these kids? And I'm trying to be the best father that I possibly can for these kids, not knowing the mama's undermining you throughout the whole system.
Already been salted before you got to the house, and next thing you know, you fight. What I do? I've experienced some levels of it, not a whole lot. Most of me and my kids' moms, we still cordial. Everybody's cordial. Ain't no feuding and fighting. There's one or two things that I don't too much care for, but I can tolerate it long enough for the kids' sake. You know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes we expect it to take bullshit for the kids' sake. Meanwhile, she don't take no shit from nobody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can I get an amen? Somebody in the choir, there, please.
Amen.
We expect you to take all her bullshit,
Church,
all they bullshit. Come on, man. We expect to take all their bullshit. Meanwhile, they can throw rocks at us. Like, why would you say that in front of? I don't care. Man, just be cool. Just be. Well, I got to be the big guy. I want to be an asshole sometime too. Damn it.
Right.
Why I gotta be one-sided?
Huh?
I said, why I gotta be one-sided?
You gotta be one-sided. Okay. And you know what? You don't really want to be a fool, but you just get tired of eating everybody else's shit. That's all.
Right.
You get tired of that part. For the most part, brothers, most brothers, some not all. Some brothers will go left and forget everybody in the room. A lot of brothers can maintain, at least try to be cordial till you push that button. Now you didn't open up a can of worms. You can't put a top back on no more. You unleashed the fool. Now the fool is in the house. What you gonna do now?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now I got a question. Go ahead.
Funny part about that, too, Lonzo, is that we wasn't arguing when we was making that baby.
No.
Ooh-ahing. Now all of a sudden, after the baby's born, now it was like, the hell? Yeah.
It's amazing how we can be. Is it us or is it them that could to take the oohs and the ahs? All of a sudden, the oohs and the ahs are no longer is FUs and FU. What happens?
You know what, Lonzo? The chat should be blowing up right now. I'm not even.
They here. They in there.
Because look, my thing is, like I say, I don't know. With my son's mother, it was a little rough, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. So when my son was born, she didn't allow me to be there, and for the first year, almost up until he was almost 3, then she started letting him come over to my house,
Okay.
Now I was doing some things, going through some mental health barriers and some challenges and some things like that. But the only time she would let me see my son was in the back of the 98 cent store over there off Crenshaw. Crenshaw and I forgot the cross street right now, but over in that area. So,
Wait. Why the back of the 98 cent store?
Because back in the day, right? Not back. Look, I guess it's now back in the day. I'm Unc now. That's a whole nother subject. But so I used to sell CDs and DVDs with my boy. We were part of the Black Rider movement back in the day, right? We were in the Black Fatigues, so on and so forth. So we would sell CDs and DVDs. Now it was mainly him, but since I was with him so much, I started hustling too. So it was, the 1 for $5, 2 for $7, 3 for $10.
I loved y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah, you already know. Yeah, so we was really out there. We made a small dent, a small difference, but we were still out there strong. So, but yeah, so I was back there, selling stuff, whatever, living an interesting life, right? So I understood her concerns, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to be a relevant dad. I'm telling you, hey, look, I'm here. I'm trying to get my shit together. Just bear with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me 2 seconds. Give me the opportunity to be able to change the game, right? And so now I'm gonna be honest with y'all, which very rarely happens. And if I didn't change the trajectory of the relationship, it could have went continuously south, right? Because we could have had that dynamic where, we in court, we going through the child support, we going through this whole rigmarole of, I'm going to keep the kid. No, you do this, you do that, right? And so it got to it, like, to be honest with y'all, she one of my closest friends, right? She damn near best friend right now. My son is almost 18. So, and like you said, Lonzo, I don't agree with every decision that she makes, right? It's bad enough with these kids having these social media and these games. So I specifically said no games, no nothing, no, and she went against that, and that just created a whole slew of other issues. But sorry, I just wanted to touch on that a bit.
I ain't mad. Now you say your girl is older than you, right?
Yeah.
And she Ethiopian.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you find any cultural differences that in that relationship that affected your relationship with your son?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The relationship came after the child, if that makes sense.
Okay.
This was a situation,
wait, how'd you get laid, man?
Look here. Let me break it down for you. It's a real nigga challenge. No, look, so so I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? I kind of went Jamie Foxx on the situation. We're gonna blame it on the alcohol, right?
Okay, I ain't mad, been there. I got the myself.
And you know what? She'll tell me, hey, look, you would come over every Tuesday. I said, wow, really? That's deep. In my mind, I'm like, wow, I had a schedule. Like, oh, well, okay, but yeah, we really didn't date. It was kind of one of those things. We played a dark game, got drunk, we got laid, and 9 months later, I'm your dad, kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Dark game got you a father.
You said what, Kim?
Dark game got you to be a father.
Man, hey, y'all think I played another dark game after that? That was the end of the dark for me.
The end of the dark games.
I'm traumatized. I got PTSD from. No, I'm just playing.
I ain't mad at you at all. So the cultural differences, there's no cultural difference that affect the relationship, or that's just standard?
So to a degree, right? Because remember, I come from a different lifestyle. Right. Okay. And she's more conservative. In the Ethiopian culture, generally they're a bit conservative, right? They're the roots of Africa, okay. So and they own that, right? And so going into the family, now mind you, I got tattoos, I got a certain image, I give LA street dude, you know what I mean? Okay. And so when I went in there, it was kind of like, hey, first of all, because of the forehead, they thought I was Ethiopian. But anyway,
I wasn't gonna say that.
Who said that, Lonzo? I
wasn't gonna say that.
Man, if we wasn't a virtual right now, Lonzo. No, look, hey, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. So I used it to my advantage in my 20s, right? I went to the Puerto Rican fest. I went to the Ethiopian fest. I went to any other fest you could think of because I fit in. If it was Cuban and anything, Puerto Rican, all that, So hey, look, so I got a variety of cultures. But look, once I opened my mouth, they were like, "Oh, you're not like us, right?" They went Kendrick on me.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it was some cultural barriers. They looked at me a certain way, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Curtis, Kev, Lonzo, like it made me become a stronger man. Mm-hmm. It made me want to become a man because it was stigma with that, right? Being a black man in Los Angeles, right? We ain't nothing but street niggas. We ain't nothing but hoes, right? We ain't nothing but do good ass dogs, right? And so, like I said, I wanted to put a different, like she's from Ethiopia, but she went to Dorsey. She went, you know what I'm saying? She's Americanized, right? Okay. But I wanted to put a different taste in her mouth than what she was used to. She was used to all these street dudes and all this other stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the exception to the rule. And I'm going to show you what you think of me is actually not the truth. Right. And I'm gonna break that down for you. You feel me? So, and I started getting my stuff together, started recognizing certain things. And in mental health, I said, you know what? Instead of becoming another black statistic and just being known as crazy on the street, I'm going to actually do something about it. If that means I have to get hit with a diagnosis, that's just going to have to be what it is, right? Because, I joined the mental health field because I got tired of being a victim. You know what I'm saying? I became a survivor. So, sorry.
All right. That's good. All right. Hey, man, that sounds like a story to me. That's a whole nother subject by itself. That's a whole other show.
Sorry about that.
Hey, man, that's all good, Doc. That's all good. We got plenty of time. Go ahead, Kurt.
No, I was saying that's good stuff, man.
Thank you.
Just kind of stepping up to the challenge and dealing with your own personal journey, your own personal healing, while trying to, still make a decision to take care of your responsibilities as well, and understanding that dynamic of you guys having to work together in some form of fashion and work, whether her and her family accept you or not, that this is who I am. This is what I'm working through, and we either are going to take this rough road, or we're going to try to make it as easy as possible. So, man, I salute you for sticking with it. A lot of people would have really turned around and just made it a very complicated experience for everybody, you know, and it really takes somebody, it takes a level of maturity to recognize where you are and to approach it the way that you did, man. So I commend you, man.
Thank you, Curtis. And this was out while I was on substances. I left that part out. So
yeah.
Oh, you know what? Oh, substances. Okay. All right, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most people think of child support strictly as money, but you know, as a dad, it's a whole lot more to that. It's a whole lot more to that.
Spend time with them.
Come on, man. And the conversations, and there's the child support that comes inside the house when the children live with you that a lot of people take for granted, and you know the difference who has a dad in their house and who don't, or who has a male influence and who don't, by the conversation and some of their actions. Kurt, you got 3 daughters.
Yes, sir.
But I'm gonna ask you a stupid question, but I gotta ask it just for the hell of it, just for conversation's sake. What did you do to keep your daughters off the pole, man?
You know, you have to be present. You have to be present. You have to inspect what you expect. You know, they had to really kind of get used to that, you know, even when I think I'm getting away with it, that my dad somehow is going to find out. You know, my oldest daughter, she jokes about it sometimes. She said, man, you had me convinced that you knew everybody in the city. and I put on all the time, you know, that like I was everybody's friend. I didn't even know these individuals, but I would be conversating with their colleagues as if I've known them for a long time. And that just kind of really kept her. I just needed a couple of seconds more for her to think about what she's going to do. You know, a lot of times kids grow up very impulsive about things, but if you can just give them a little bit more time to just think twice about it, you know, they'll make it through. And, you know, praise God, man, that they didn't end up going that route. And also inspect their friends, you know?
Yeah.
Inspect their friends. You know, their friends aren't your friends. So I'm really tough in interrogating them, you know?
Right.
And calling out, you know, I don't like this, I don't believe that, you know, following up with their parents and so forth. And you have to inspect what you expect, man. And I think that's what a lot of kids are missing now is that the parents either don't have time or really don't care about what's going on in their lives. I'm going to be intrusive. I want to find out. I want to be a part of your journey. I want to be interested. I genuinely was interested in everything that they did. Their cheerleading, their sleepovers, their you know, they used to have this thing called Indian princesses where I had to wear these Indian outfits and stuff, and you know, and make beads and stuff with my daughter, and you know, I had to participate. You have to participate, man. You have to do it. You know, and so yeah, it was rough. I tried. I shot for a boy 3 times.
Okay,
and, missed. You know, so it was all a part of the journey. But you know, my girls are great.
You know, being a dad is like being in the Illuminati. You got to do a humiliation test from time to time. You got to humiliate yourself from time to time. Just whether the girls or boys, you got to humiliate yourself to you know, hey, to get that bond, man. So I commend that, Doc. You know, I'm probably one of the only guys up here that actually ran a strip club. Yes, I ran a strip club at downstairs at Jeffy's. We had a pole in the back, and one of the things I never will forget, the guy came in and saw his daughter back there. The look on that dude's face was like, oh my God. He was just crushed. He was just crushed. He heard, but he wasn't sure. And I had 2 experiences like that. One was a girl's uncle. He was a cop. He threatened to shut me down. Man, I don't know. All I know is she's 18, dude. And here's something crazy about me. I never really cared for strip clubs. Even right now, I went when I was young, but it's not something that I really was into. Even when I inherited the strip club, the girls will tell you, I wasn't a good stripper manager because I don't treat them like hoes. I treat them like women, and sometimes they take advantage of you. Yeah. But it was, I think, probably the most disheartening thing I've seen, aside from the dad, seeing his daughter, aside from the uncle who was a cop, a mom told me, my daughter said she wants to be a stripper. I'm gonna let her work for you. I don't know what to take that as a compliment. I swear to God, Mom, why are you putting that on me? Okay. Wow. My daughter wants to be a stripper. I want her to work for you because I know you'll look out for her. Which I did, but I couldn't forever because once they leave the facility, I don't know where she went. And of course, things got not really bad, but it just, I saw a decline in the young girl's, her appearance and attitude. I didn't like. Eventually, she cut it loose, but still, she'd already experienced what she experienced, and it's real hard to even put that on somebody. You try to look out for them. They're 19, 20 years old, and you can't tell them nothing, and you trying to block at their job. How do you do that? Okay. And like I said, man, I thought that was kind of weird that the mom would even come to me with that.
It's like you had a strip club foster home.
Yeah. A training facility for strippers.
What was that?
Now wait a minute. Now look, is this a training camp? I'm confused. Hold on.
No, dude. When you run a joint like that, Doc, you see girls come in with this wholesome look about them, and then 4 or 5 months later, that wholesome look is gone. It's gone.
Yeah, I didn't see no wholesome looks when I was going to strip club. It was just wholesome.
Well, see, you didn't see them when they first came came to audition or came to apply. Okay, that's the difference. After they got some experience on them, they change. You can't help but change.
That's funny you talking about this, Alonzo. So my ex, she's a ex porn star and a current stripper. So
okay, talk to me.
Yeah, she's still my ex, but she's still doing that at 37 years old. And I'm like, wow, this is very interesting, right? So, and I'm not gonna lie to you, people are like, hey, but she's this. A lot of men think, oh, she's a porn star, this, that, and the third. I mean, look, you got to understand something, okay? I'm staying but about 5'7", all right? Look, check this out. I'm not saying I'm no mini-me, but I'm just saying, with the things she was doing, I mean, these dudes is, I mean, goddamn, like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? This is, so look, we might need to wait for it to retract. But yeah, man, it's just very interesting. I say that to say, before she started,
it was off the rock.
Oh my
God! So wait a minute,
you might have put a drawstring in that stomach under something. Like
my God!
Like a pair of sweats.
Look, man, I'm trying to tell you, it's very interesting. But like you said, Lonzo, is very interesting because before she started this, right? She's like, she had these dreams. She's like, hey, I wanted to become a hairstylist. I wanted to do X, Y, and Z. But then you found yourself in a trap, right? You're like, hey, California is going to have what I'm looking for. No, not necessarily when, other, whatever finds you first. So, and this was, was a very interesting dynamic because she had that pure look. She was pure. I mean, and she's from the suburbia part of Boston, right? Okay. The upper echelon type people, right? So, when she came out here, she was healthy looking. Now she looks very interesting, man. Very interesting.
Right? Interesting was a kind word.
Come on, man. Hey, look, even though she not black, but hey, look, you never know which eyes is watching. So you have to be very mindful.
You're right. Be mindful.
Right. Come on, man. And I don't mean Mayfield. Come on now. Work with me.
So Miles, huh?
Hey, look, so real quick. So I was going to talk on the child support deal. So on my generation, right? Because that's the basis of the show, right? Is that okay?
Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
Okay. So if you remember, well, not if you remember. So back in the day, like the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, I mean, you know, they were locking men up for not paying their child support, right? And so brothers, especially black men, they're like, hey, nah, man, I'm trying to pay this child support down. I'm trying to get off this child support. I can't get a license. I can't get a job. This is really taxing me. If I get the job, they're going to hit my check, right? So what I feel like ended up happening for my generation, we said, hey, you know what? You're going to tax me with child support. We're going to find an illegal hustle to do so this money doesn't get taxed and I'm still making money, right?
Okay. Right.
So it, you know, and I feel like my generation, to a degree, I can't speak for all, but you know, a lot of my brothers and sisters that I've seen, you know, they've gotten a little bit laxed on the child support, right? And you know, but it's still the same dynamic, to, you know, especially sometimes in our communities. It doesn't matter whatever culture, black, brown, white, whatever the case, right? Asian, Ethiopian, it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's just very interesting. Are y'all still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, sorry.
I just spotlighted you. That's all. I got you.
Okay. Thank you. But yeah, so it's just very interesting for, you know, for the different dynamics, right? I feel like child support is another disparity, right? Just like, I mean, to a degree, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? And even when I was in my 20s, I've even used Planned Parenthood, right? But I feel like a lot of my generation, you know, I feel like that was a setup. That was a setup in black communities to alleviate black babies, right? That's just my belief. Now, it's just me, right? And so it just made it, you know, it just made it that much more difficult, right? So it made it that much more hard. I remember I saw this couple, right? They said it broke up their family, child support and welfare. It broke up their family. And I've heard a lot of black families say, hey, look, this has ruined my home. You know, we had one disagreement, one argument, one misunderstanding or whatever. And, you know, you filed for child support. Nowadays, guys, they don't even, all they need is a name on that birth certificate to file child support. They don't even need the mother's authorization at this point, right? There's no jail time, but you look up, I have a buddy right now, right, that I was in the Black Riders with. He was $20,000 to $30,000 in debt. This man can't even get a license, you guys. He can't even get a license. Then the simple necessity of being a human in LA, you know what I mean? He can't even access right now.
Right.
Right. And it made it so hard that the mother would bounce the kid around. Right. And it's interesting. I was literally just with them before I came home. When Kev called me, I was literally with them, and his daughter randomly popped up. You know, she's 19 now, and you know, but he was still paying child support for a daughter he couldn't even see. Right. And then she said something. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I was saying that's kind of bad, because you think about that now, the man is paying child support. He can't get a license. They take his passport, which is another bad thing about it, because you can't go out and do really can't do no hustling. Your license is gone. When you got your job, they're taking all the daggone money out of you, so you can't even have a way to live. That's why we probably got a lot of these homeless dudes sitting like, I remember I met a doctor when I was doing the outreach. I met a guy here, a doctor. He quit his job as a doctor because they were taking his whole salary to pay child support. And you're like, what does a kid need $4,000 a month for to live off of? They don't need that much money.
Unless the mom's not working. Unless the mom's not working, then that's when they get that money. Now, the same guy who I told you guys about that situation, bring it back full circle. That's the same guy I was in the back of the 98-cent store selling DVDs and CDs with.
Wow.
Because he couldn't get a job. So this is his hustle. Right. So it left him with, it kind of left him with the choice. He could have went a whole nother route.
Well,
but he said, hey, I'm gonna be humble, I'm gonna sell these CDs and DVDs and hopefully make do.
Right.
You know, in a lot of cases, man, there's no incentive for the mother to work if daddy's paying enough money. I mean, if you're getting 10 racks a month. You get 6 racks a month from a kid, depending on where you live at. Okay, there's no incentive for you to work. There's no incentive for you to work. I mean, the average person, I don't know, $50,000 a month is $4,000 a month. If you're getting $3-4 grand a month, and the mama got a little side hustle, she braiding the hair, doing weaves on the side, and raising pit bull puppies or whatever the case may be, she gonna make it meet. She gonna make it work.
Prison pit bull puppy.
If she got she might with a trick on the side, right, Lonzo?
Yeah,
she might have a trick on the side.
You got you a sugar daddy or semi sugar daddy. He come on taking care of some, and here's man, don't get me started.
That's a major hustle.
Come on, man.
Hard hustle.
When you see this chick that Blake Griffin had a baby by, played for the Clippers back in the day. He was paying her like $300,000 a month. Child support. Look it up.
It's bananas.
And she had 2 kids, and she had another kid by another NBA player. She was making like $500,000 a month just in child support. Okay. And here's the crazy part. Here's the part that I think where the system does everybody injustice. When you give somebody that kind of money with no regulations, no type of accountability, and I don't know if I was talking to Kurt or somebody. We had this conversation on my last show or something.
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt that anything over a certain amount, X amount of percent needs to go away for the kid. Like with the Coogan law, there's a law called the Coogan law.
Yeah.
Right.
And that for kid actors who are who are working in the movie industry, the parents could not have full access to their money.
Right.
A certain percentage was always put. The judge would determine how much would be put aside for the kid's future, for the kid to get at 18, 21, or whatever the age may be. So now when the kid turns 18 and the mama decides the kid has no more use in the household, there's something for the kid to fall back on to go to school with, whatever the case may be. But at 18, I just partied up, I just spent up all your money, put on in purses, got my life together, got me some apartments, you should at least. And now you're 18, you got to start from scratch. That ain't cool, man.
No.
That ain't cool. And I was at a men's summit. Kevin Weaver at the men's summit this year over Cal State Dominguez, and brother was talking about there is a group of brothers that is trying to instill something like that. Where brother, if I'm paying $3,500 a month or whatever the case may be, I don't care if I'm paying $1,500 a month. $300 a month goes towards in a fund for the kid. By the time the kid is 18 years old, they got a few dollars. They can't retire, but they can go buy a house or go to college or whatever the case may be, as opposed to giving the mama a free reign of all this kid's money, no reason to work. And I know I sound like I hate women. I love women. But some child support in the wrong hands is a perfect crime.
Yeah. You know, I've known people in situations where they were giving child support to the kid all their 18 years, but didn't have a relationship with their child. The child was upset with them because they felt that their dad never gave them anything, never had no money. He's like, man, I've been paying child support this whole time. And the mom never told them was telling them that, you know, dad's not giving anything. She was just utilizing it to live. Well, you know, I used it for us to live, but you've been telling me that he's not involved or not giving anything, you know. So they build these kind of narratives sometimes for what? Because they don't want to be with you. I don't quite understand what the problem is, you know, but I think that's a cold game, man.
You know? It can be. Look, I used to go to I tell this all the time. I used to go to back in the 80s. Magic Johnson had to deal with the Lakers. When he was still a Laker before he had HIV. He had made so much money with the Lakers. They would give him a form 2 days a year, and in the summertime around his birthday, he would have a party. He'd have a big party, invite all his basketball buddies out. They played what they call them Magic Midsummer Nights basketball tournament at the Forum. It's the Forum, okay?
I went to that. Yep.
And I stood by. I didn't have a seat. I got in, but I didn't have a seat. And I stood by the tunnel as players come out. I have never seen so many beautiful women in little black dresses with no drawers on in my life. And I ain't seen that much pool nanny in all my life. It was there. I mean, there it is. Come after the game. I'm like,
went to strip club?
Huh? I see more at the Laker game than I did at the strip club. Okay.
Wow.
Good Lord have mercy.
And you got guys. Understand? You got guys, 18, 19, you got 20, 21-year-old guys, 22-year-old guys that dedicated their lives to playing this sport.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, you know, they traveling for the first time. They ain't got no parents on their back. The coach, they grown. So, you know, like in high school and college, you got some chaperones. People look out for you. When you 20-some years old, got a whole bunch of money and this beautiful son of a gun to stand up here with here it is right here. All you got to do is come get it. And
waving like a flag.
Waving like a flag. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say that's where they need to take some business management right there. You know what I'm saying?
No.
If you
they need another class. They need dick management. It's a different class.
Now speak on it, Lonzo. There you go.
They need nut management. Okay.
I didn't have that.
That's kind of hard.
You need nut management.
I mean, literally, that's kind of hard.
Yeah, that's a real hard class.
Pun intended, Kevin. Pun intended.
Because when things swell up, you stop thinking. You know, you stop thinking. You know,
you
stop thinking. Everybody on the screen done something to somebody they know damn well they shouldn't have. They look up, oh, damn.
Hey, so Lonzo, look, y'all, Curtis, Kevin, look. Yeah. Hey, so I'm not gonna lie, bro. Look, check this out, right? So remember I told y'all about my ex.
Right.
Okay.
Now look. look, now I gotta get real close here. Check this out. Where in the camera? Okay, look.
Serious.
Right.
So you know what thought crossed my mind, right?
Go for it.
I was sizing her up too at the same damn time. I was like, but wait a minute now. And now look, man, I done had situations with this woman, you know what I'm saying? And like serious issues, you know. Right. And yeah, man, the thought did. So I'm thinking with this one, and I'm like, nah, man, look, I done got the condom ready, but I'm telling you know, it's a fight. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, just in case. But I'm thinking okay, anyway. So yeah, I'm just telling you the mentality of a guy, right? This was 15 years ago. So yeah, definitely, we need to stop thinking with our dicks, right? Remember, Tupac said that. He's like, you know what I'm saying, mothers having babies and fathers being absent. Like we can lay down with a woman, but we can't take care of our responsibilities as men, you know, and that's a problem. You know what I mean? That's a real problem, you know.
I got a question for you though, Doc. I'm going to get canceled this one right here.
Here we go.
Wait.
Bleed.
Wait. It's the female's body, right? You invited into her body. It's like somebody invites you to the house. Mm-hmm. You know, if I come in the house and I knock on the door, you let me in the house, I can bring you a baby. Whose fault is that? Is that my fault for knocking, or is that your fault for letting me in?
Yeah, because you followed your dick.
Huh?
Yeah, you followed your dick.
No. She wait. Hold on. We talking about mutual. All right. You know what I'm thinking. I can't help myself. My brain, I ain't got enough blood for both heads at the same time. It don't work like that.
Oh man.
Okay. Only one head gonna get only one head gonna do thinking at the time. You're not gonna get dual head thinking at the same time. It don't work like that. That's why some of y'all got babies by chicks you know damn well you won't take outside in the daytime, okay? Damn well, you got a couple of them you can knock down. Oh shit! I can't tell nobody about this. Ain't no blood to go around. You only got a few quarts, huh?
Hey,
you only got a few quarts. You know damn well. Everybody watching the screen, everybody on the screen, got something in the back, and got one of them sisters in the background, a person in the background. But you know damn well you can't let nobody know you did that too.
Okay. Oh, you talking about one of the ones you wake up in the morning like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Okay. You try and do the slide out, you like, oh, wait.
Okay.
Oh, black.
I know my boys in the chat room. Marlon, I know Rashad, all y'all, Derek, all y'all got something in y'all memory banks. Woo, I'm glad it was dark when I left the house. Okay.
Look. Y'all remember Mo Money when Marlon left the house? He was like, with that chick. He was like, I can't do this. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That was a very, very, but it's true.
Yeah.
So that being said, little head doing all the thinking. Big head is on vacation, at least about 15, 20 minutes. Now she know you don't like her like that, but you know she want it like you do. They let you in, ugly or not, cute, ugly, whatever. Is that who why are we responsible for, if somebody come in your house and you let them in, why would you be responsible for letting them in the house? If they didn't break any of it? Okay,
well,
so
to a degree, Lonzo, because
if you let somebody let you in their body voluntarily, they're not responsible though.
it's your choice to enter.
Okay, but it's her choice to let me in too.
So it's a mutual, right? So it should be a mutual consensus, right? But like you said, when we thinking with this, you could be ugly, you could have certain deformities. I mean, you could be on the spectrum. It don't matter, you know what I mean? You could be diagnosed with with schizophrenia, you know what I mean? And if it's right enough, because see, we always got this thinking that crazy pussy is. Hey, look, check this out. You know, to a degree, I'm gonna have to agree sometimes, but you know, hey, look, it's bad, y'all. It's bad.
Insanity breeds sex fantasy. Insanity breeds fantasies. Huh?
Look, it get a little hot and bothered, y'all. Wait a minute.
Look, I can tell you right
breeds
now,
fantasies, huh?
I done had a whale on top of me, so I ain't tripping. It was cold outside. She warmed me right on up.
Absolutely. Yeah. Talk about taking breath away.
Mud ducks. Hey, I'll admit it.
Wow.
Okay. see, and you see
him in public. Like, hey, let me bring this back, man. Hold on now, Jack is going somewhere.
You see him in public. You're like, oh shit. This might be our last show, y'all. This might be our last show, y'all. Better have a good time. Meta might not like this show right here,
it's
folks.
The finale. Wait a minute, you know.
We keeping it 2-100. You know damn well there's somebody out there that you like, damn. And you know, here's the bad part. You'll call them again. You know.
Listen, man.
I won't say that.
Wow.
Hey,
you can't. You married. You on camera. You can't say that. I'm just saying. You know, if situation was perfect, you probably call them again. Anyway, we're gonna stop telling ourselves.
I mean, some of them. You know what? Some of them have some of the most warmest and most bestest entrances there is. So yeah, whole different story.
You know why, don't you?
Donkey Kong.
It's slightly, it don't get used that much. a slightly used car got low mileage.
Oh
yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
That's facts. That's facts, brother. That's facts. Look, you know, look. That's another subject for another day. We're gonna talk about a whole. Listen, because I got something to tell y'all, but I'm gonna try and table it and I'm gonna try and hold it off, right? Yeah. But yeah, man. So look, and just to revert it back, you know what I'm saying, to that child support deal, right? If you notice, look at the generations like before and look at them now. How many of these rappers owe child support and paying that $35,000, $3,500? They're paying so much in ridiculous amounts of child support. You know, even let's bring it up. Kanye West. Okay. He's paying thousands, right? But who holds the key to him seeing his kids? Now, he may not be as stable as whatever, right? Mm-hmm. We know that. But at the end of the day, that man does. You can't stigmatize him and say, hey, based off of his mental illness, I'm going to prevent him, or you know what I'm saying, prevent him from having a relationship with his kids. Like that's not fair, right? And so I feel like the generation after my son's age, he'll be 18, right? And these kids, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, they just don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care if they have the kid. They don't care sometimes if they get them pregnant. They just go, you know what? Deuces. They don't know where I live. They don't know my last name. You know what I mean? Like these kids, they're a different breed. So when I was coming up, my mama raised me right. I ain't gonna lie. A black single mother, she raised me right. She said, hey, you don't want another man to pick up that plate that you left behind, that full plate that you left behind. Right, you a man's man, you know, and you take care of a woman and you treat her with respect. If you man enough to lay down with her, you man enough to take care of that baby.
Right,
that's true.
A lot of these dudes is punks. A lot of these guys, let's just call it what it is. They punks. You know what I'm saying? Even my generation, we punks. We idiots too. I'm not finna just say it's one generation. No, it's it's a generational issue. Right. So you know, I'm like, okay, well, you know, me and Kev talk about this all the time, and that's why I love you guys for this show, right? Is because at this point, it's like, let's discuss those solutions, right? Mm-hmm. How can we get our young Black youth to understand what it is? I was talking to the 19-year-old girl. She's like, yeah, we're going to have a kid in 3 months. I said, let me break it down for you. Okay. That, you know, that I would encourage you to hold off because of X, Y, and Z. You want to travel. You want to live life. I had my kid at 20 years old. I didn't get a chance to travel. The only benefit was my son. My son's mother already traveled. So she was able to, you know, understand like, oh, okay, Paul needs to live his life. So, you know, it's a generational issue. Do you guys remember that movement where they tried to pull all the mothers off of welfare and they contracted with Walmart and these other major corporations and entities to pull women off welfare? Now, why would you do that? And you're the ones who pushed this.
Right.
That's oxymoronic.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, guys.
That's real talk.
Breathe.
That's real talk.
Breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe, Paul. Breathe.
Pressure points.
I love the passion, though, man. I love the passion. That brings fire to the show. That brings fire. See, we old dogs. We kind of retired. They kick back. Now we need that young energy to make the show crack. Because for people, your position is of one of the relevant generation. And they don't give a damn about much of anything. Kids, cars, nothing else. All they like is what they like. Okay. And then they get kids, and then somebody else end up taking care of their kids. And in some cases, somebody taking care of them too. Wait, hold on.
Let's really talk about it.
Hold on. How we gonna do this right here? You got kids and you ain't taking care of them, and you got an ass ain't taking care of it. This ain't gonna work.
We have to make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Come on, man.
Make it make sense. So you got multiple generations of people's responsibilities being passed off to somebody else.
Right.
Even child support is being paid without the time of investment of time, without the interaction, the daily interaction. You're not doing nothing. And then you wonder, his kid get 15, 16, or get bigger than you, in some cases even younger. Now they don't be bothered with you.
Right.
You know,
now you heard. I mean, that's a huge cycle of enablers that just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. I mean, those folks are not taking care of their kids and not taking care of themselves. Somebody's taking care of them. You know, their kids are going to grow up with doing the same thing because of the enablers are just training them up to a point that this is just how things are done. You're going to just skate by, just barely make it. And that's the height, or that's your peak. Your peak is just getting by, you know. There needs to be more camaraderie and mentorship, more forums like this where you have this dialogue to give people some insight around the perspective about it, about there being more. There are people that have the same struggles and is able to kind of pursue a different path or break that cycle, man. That the cycle is what is killing it. It just keeps repeating over and over again, and every generation it just gets worse and worse.
Right.
I believe we should. I believe what should happen is that this is all about politics and passing laws and things. But just like Lonzo said earlier in the show, there's a lot more behind, child support besides money. That time, that's a huge part of child support, is allowing this father to spend time with his child and allowing the child to learn who this father is. Because, there's conversations that we need to have with our daughters and our sons. A woman can't, she don't know too much about. That's why it's both of them. It's the man and the woman.
Speak on it, kid.
The woman give her perspective. The man gives his perspective, and this child now gets this collective interaction between the two parents, to where now it's like, okay, I can see mama's way, I can see daddy's way, and I can take a choice on which route I want to go. I can pull a little bit from this, I can pull a little bit from that. and then I can mold to be the person that I'm going to be. But if I'm just hearing a one-sided, opinion, then I'm gonna have a one-sided view. And that one-sided view is not gonna get me anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And yeah, hey, thank you for speaking on that, Kev. And you know what? I know this is kind of it's a controversial kind of issue because to a degree, yes, mothers have to, not even assume the role because at the end of the day, we know, biologically, a mother cannot be the father, right? And you have some of these dads who really want to step up to the plate, but the child support, it overshadows the need of the child and the need of the father wanting to be in the child's life.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So so that it's a toss up because I have some friends that say, hey, look, I have to play mom and dad. I'm like, I definitely get that to a degree, but if, it sucks when it's one-sided, when the mom is trying to make it work with the dad and he's just not getting it. And the dad trying to make it work with the mom, say, hey, look, I know we have our disagreements, but can we co-parent amicably for the child? Because look, real quick. So I have my son. I got into an argument. That's why, look, and this is one thing that we used to do back in the day. If we had an argument with our wife or our children's mother, and for me, we would go in the
back room.
Go in the back room. We go to another room, right? Mm-hmm. My mom and dad, same way. They go to another room, right? And so it was one time where my emotions got the best of me, and I stormed out the house. Now, who do you guys think assumed that guilt?
You did?
You.
My son did. My son felt like he did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He felt like he was the cause of mommy and daddy getting into it.
Right.
And so how many kids think the same thing I thought or he thought? So what I did was, hey, look, I'm going to be honest. It broke me down. I started crying. I turned right back around, went to my kid and said, hey, dad takes accountability and I'm so sorry. You did nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. That was a disagreement between me and your mother. And trust me, it will never happen again, And so, and that happens more often than not where the communication, Curtis, I think you said it, right? Mm-hmm. One of the biggest things that we lack in any relationship is we lack that communication. And then by the time we do communicate, we're on 10. We done said, fuck you, and we're ready to blow your house down, pop your tires, stalk you. Why I know this, I had friends that went through some things that I'm bullshitting. That was me. Look, check this out. Let's get real. That was me. You know what I'm saying? Good Lord. Shit. This is a real boy. Look, man. I needed this, man. I love y'all for this. Good Lord.
You're welcome. Hey, Doc, I got a question for you. I got a question for y'all. How do you communicate with somebody that ain't listening?
Now we get.
How do you communicate with somebody that ain't listening? If you tell somebody, and a lot of times you'll be talking to somebody and they're not listening, they're just waiting for you to stop, take a breath so they can come in. You're not listening to what I'm trying to say, and I'm wasting my time having a conversation because you're not even trying to feel me. All you want to do is just express yourself, and if I'm talking and you talking, ain't nobody listening. So all we doing is converting oxygen into carbon dioxide for no reason.
I like that analogy, Lonzo. Yeah. I like that analogy.
We're making a conversion for no reason because if I'm not listening and you ain't listening, somebody got to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, right. Speak on it. Ain't nobody got to shut up.
Somebody got to shut up and respond to what I said before you comment on your position. And then I'll do the same to you. Me and Kurt talk all the time. This is one of my best friends. We've been partners for 20, 30 years, okay? Mm-hmm. And we'll talk on Monday for an hour and a half, and we'll talk. Today we talk for 2 hours on the phone. Yeah. You know how we do that? When I say something, he shut the fuck up. And he listen to what I say. And when he says something, I shut the fuck up and listen to what he got to say. Then we both go back and forth. And it could be a business situation, it could be personal, because we got businesses together.
Right.
We got this show together. So in order for somebody to have a communication, and you kids somebody just can't filibuster somebody into submission. That's the bullshit. And I see that a lot, especially with females. They want to filibuster you into submission. Fellas, speaking of filibuster, we only got 45 seconds left. We got to go. Oh, shit.
Right.
We got a show, folks. We got a show.
Damn,
we got a show. Huh? We want to leave them wanting more. J. Paul J. Much love to you, Doc. Where can they
Thank you
find
for
you
having
at?
me, man. Appreciate y'all.
Where can they find you at?
Hey, you can find me on Roll with the Punches, Instagram, any of that. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah, and I'm here. Hopefully, y'all invite me back.
You're coming back. Kevin Collins, where can they find you at?
Convo with Kev, that old dude. Convo with Kev on Facebook, Instagram. Convo with Kev on, or you can look at the old dude Kev on TikTok.
All right. Big Kirk, where can they find you at?
Yes, sir. Midlife and Times on Instagram. Also, make sure that you guys follow Mentally Talk on Instagram as well.
All right, folks, you can follow me. I got a Bat Signal. I got a newspaper, Hub City Legend, Real Lonzo NWA, Lonzo, NWA Stories with Lonzo on YouTube, Lonzo Williams on Facebook, folks. In the meantime, folks, thank y'all, brothers. I think we had a great conversation. Look like the chat room enjoyed it. We'll be back next week, y'all. Wednesday, 6 o'clock. That's how we do it. Much love, folks. Peace.